there, Capricorn. This is your reading for the month of January 2020. Sorry about the delay, but believe it or not, I had 3 laptops die in the last 30 days. So I'm unable to work really, sadly, because I don't have a laptop at this point. So this reading is coming straight out of my phone, so excuse me for that. But anyway, this is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And make sure you check your Moon and Rising signs as well. They might resonate more than this reading. Okay, so let's have a look at your cards, Capricorn. I already have them because I only read jumpers and it sometimes takes a while for them to jump out. Okay, so your first card is, yes, the 6 of Cups. Your second card is the World. Your third card is the 8 of Cups. Oh. Your fourth card, is the Wheel of Fortune, very lucky card. The World is really nice as well. This is a, I can see straight away, this is a massive, massive lucky energy. And also huge change coming in. But let's keep looking. You've also got the Moon card. You've also got the Chariot, very fast movement for this month. You've also got the Justice card. You have got the Sun. Ooh, wow, okay, this is a very nice reading. So many major arcana. Okay, and your last card is the Queen of Swords. Okay, also I picked a few oracle cards for you, Capricorn. So your first one is taking action. Okay, I already can tell that this reading will have something to do with your previous reading, Capricorn. And having to make a decision about whether you want to pursue your passion as your actual job. But let's see. Also, you've got forgiveness. Okay. And your last card from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck is Destiny. Yep, that's a confirmation of what I just said. There's definitely a choice here for you, Capricorn. I feel like you're still stuck in terms of whether you should pursue your passion as your job. But let's start from the top here, okay? So I can see straight away that you're dealing with something or someone possibly from the past here with the 6 of Cups. This is a card of memories, of sharing and kindness as well. It's a very nostalgic card. You know, people from the past might be coming back into your life. But since right next to it, this is a huge, huge energy. Since right next to it, you've got the World card and the 8 of Cups. There's a massive ending or a reconciliation here. I'm getting 2 paths, so take it as it resonates. It can't be the same for all of you, but it's either something or someone. So someone from the past might be coming back in. Could be an ex, could be an old friend. I'm getting kind of a vibe of a harsh ending in the past, actually. No closure. And it seems that in the next few weeks, you are getting what you missed out on. You're getting that closure over here. There could be a conversation which brings relief. Yeah, it could be a conversation that brings relief. And here's where the 2 different endings come in, okay? With the 8 of Cups, you can either finally walk away from this person in peace and forget. You can start another cycle, right? With this Wheel of Fortune here. Or you choose not only to forgive them, but also walk away with this 8 of Cups from your resentment and bring them back into your life. okay? So starting a new cycle, a new relationship with this wheel here. Of course, cards can never really tell you what to do. The choice is yours, Capricorn. Now, if this is not a person, it could be something. It could be a project, maybe, that you left behind, unfinished, and now you are bringing it to an end. And you can finally release this burden and move on. Now, these first 4 cards that I'm holding, I feel like, whoops, they tell a very, very clear story here. Let me show them to you. It's quite obvious that there's an ending here, and you either go back to it or just release it forever. You know, I'm almost physically feeling this sense of relief for you, Capricorn. This is quite a powerful energy here. Also, I need to mention this: when the Wheel of Fortune and the World show up in one reading, this can potentially mean lots of luck in the upcoming few weeks, and a massive switch, a transition into something new, okay? A huge change of circumstances. Whatever this is, could be a person, could just be maybe a job, maybe your life, maybe, as I've told you, you're thinking about switching from your old job, transitioning into a new career that's got something to do with your passion, especially, well, not only, but especially if you are an artist, Capricorn. I think you should really, really think about that thoroughly, and because it's just, yeah, I feel like the energy has transitioned from the previous month into this one. It does feel like you're meant to be pursuing your hobby as your actual job, Capricorn. So now looking at the second row of cards here, it looks like something's coming to light, okay? Secrets are being revealed in the month of January for you, because you've got the Moon card. And those secrets being revealed bring change, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is always a massive change, and it propels you forward with the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of movement, very fast movement. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is a card that signifies a big moment coming up for you, okay? So this secret that's being revealed here might be something more than just simple gossip. But since the wheel equals unpredictability, it feels like you might not be expecting that at all. You didn't expect that secret to come out, okay? So whenever the moon shows up, it's also worth paying extra attention to your dreams, since it's a card of the unconscious. And you know how sometimes our dreams don't make any sense at all, but sometimes they are quite logical and point us to our deepest fears and desires. So it might be a good idea to keep a journal next to your bed and write it all down to see what your higher self is trying to say over here, especially since the Moon card is at the very center of your reading. So I feel like this is a very, very strong energy. This is a card of the unconscious. Okay, so yeah, whatever this Wheel of Fortune moment is, it propels you forward at an insane speed, okay? That's the Chariot card. It signifies determination, it's focus, movement, it's having direction. So going into the last bit of January, you could feel quite ambitious, very driven and confident. Maybe that's because you're pursuing your hobby as your job, as I've said, and you're going to be very enthusiastic about that. Obviously, you know, when you do something you love, I know it's cliche, but when you do something you love as your job, you never really work a day in your life. So feels like this might have something to do with it. This is a card of overcoming obstacles. It's a card of victory and reaching your goal, but also self-discipline, which potentially tells me, because this card has been coming up quite a lot in January, that whatever plans, whatever New Year's resolution you set for yourself, Capricorn, whatever it is that you've decided upon late in December, you will still be going strong into February with those. You won't be giving up, you're still doing really, really good. Now, for your last row, you've got a very nice energy of, for my own well-being, I will take no bullshit from anyone, okay? Because you've got the Justice, the Sun card, the happiest card in the deck, and the Queen of Swords. So with the Justice card, that's balance. I'm thinking that whatever this closure was over here with the first 4 cards, it's bringing you balance. It's karma at work. It's a possible apology coming in as well for you with this card. Justice is all about fairness. It's about truth. So potentially, if there was some conflict in regards to this previous connection with the 6 of Cups, the connection that I've mentioned, it looks like someone's admitting that they were in the wrong, and finally everyone else knows what the truth really was. So possibly the person who hurt you comes out and confesses to the world, so to speak, that it was their fault, okay? That's always the energy with the Justice card whenever a 6 of Cups shows up. Yeah, okay, so this could also mean legal disputes, signing papers, anything that's got to do with bureaucracy. And whenever I get this card in my own readings, it always signifies a positive outcome for me, a resolution in my favor. So I love to see that for you here. Could be a divorce finally coming to an end. So if you're dealing with any kind of legal matters or signing any papers or anything of that sort, that's looking good for you in the month of January. But just beware that I think, pretty sure that Mercury goes retrograde on the 30th of January. So if you're signing anything, sign it well before that date. Now, your next card is the Sun, okay? Hello, happiest card in the deck. It's a card of success, card of positivity, optimism, good luck, just everything that's the best, and, you know, just being overall enthusiastic. So since it shows up at the end of the reading, it makes quite a lot of sense to assume that whatever this reconciliation was, okay, the 6 of Cups, whatever this justice being served over here, whatever this thing was, sorry, you're releasing a huge burden here, and it's kind of a sigh of relief, walking away from it, finally. You're feeling free again. Look at this card. Whoops. Look at this card. The Sun card. He's feeling free. He's looking free. You're released from the shackles of whatever was holding you back. Now, I know that in plenty of countries, we've got full lockdowns going on. But if this is not the energy for January, it's definitely sometime soon in the next few weeks, because having these 4 cards in one reading is just huge, okay? This is movement and this is fast. So this, and this is just crazy, crazy luck, feeling insanely good. That's it. That's super strong. That's crazy. Like, if any one of you knows anything about tarot, you'll know that this is an insane mix in one reading, okay? So, the Chariot, they keep falling down. The Chariot could potentially mean travel, okay? Sometimes the Chariot means travel, but I feel that probably, and I am in current circumstances not sure about travel over here, but possibly, maybe the lockdowns will be slowly lifting in the upcoming weeks. Remember that energy, time is fluid, so it could be soon. It could be soon potentially if you really, really want to travel somewhere. If you really maybe potentially want to be reunited with your friends or your family, I feel like this card says that it might be possible very, very soon, finally, although it doesn't seem like it at this point, okay? So the Sun is also, let me not forget this, it's one of the fertility cards, so if you don't want a baby anytime soon, make sure you're extra careful this month, especially with this Wheel of Fortune that you've got, because that's always a huge switch. So it could potentially be that. So for your last card, you've got the Queen of Swords, and I feel like that's your outcome card. That's your final energy. That's who you are after a quite a tumultuous period of time here. She's very logical. She's straight to the point. She doesn't let emotions take over. She's very intelligent. So possibly by the end of the next few weeks, you gain some sort of clarity, okay? You know what you want, and you simply will not accept less than that. Also, this enormous release might you just be walking away from your old job and knowing what you want right now with this Queen of Swords. So yeah, she's got integrity and she's got principles. She's very independent and honest. So yeah, this could be you and your energy by the end of the month. Could also be a person with these qualities coming into your life, but it seems to me like it's just you, you know? It's just you growing a lot through the past few months and refusing to be a doormat any longer for anyone. You know, there might be people trying to suggest other ways of going about this hobby/work thing. Then they might be trying to scare you away, telling you that you're not going to make it and it's really difficult in coronavirus times and you shouldn't take the risk. I feel like with this card, you'll know perfectly well what you want to do. Okay, now let's take a look at your 2 oracle cards in your Dreams of Gaia card. So yes, we have a confirmation. Over here, ladies and gentlemen, you've got forgiveness. So that's the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the World card. Okay, forgiving this month and finally being able to walk away. Potentially, if it's not a person, you are forgiving yourself for being so hard on yourself. And you know, some people might laugh at tarot readers giving the viewers a few possible answers, but that's the nature of the cards, actually. They are not meant to give you a specific answer. They only make you better prepared for what's potentially coming so that you can explore it with more ease and make a better decision on your own, you know? That's the beauty of tarot. And also, when you hear a reader say something and it brings a specific emotion in you, you know how you feel about it, okay? So that's how tarot cards bring clarity into your life as well. So your second card is taking action. So yeah, okay, another confirmation. It's the card of a the Chariot is the card of action, okay, in the original tarot deck. So it seems you're moving forward here, but I do feel like, yeah, all of this movement is related to the release of some past resentment or a completion of some past project. So a big vibe of getting unstuck here, okay, for you, Capricorn, which is really great to see. I feel like plenty of signs have been stuck over the past few months for obvious reasons. Okay, so this oracle card shows up when it's time to take action. You know, especially if you've been putting something off for ages. And again, I am going to say it again, the job, hobby thing. If you've been thinking about it all the time, if you cannot stop dreaming about pursuing your hobby as your passion, I feel like the universe is trying to tell you now is the time. Now is the time to do it. I feel like whatever action you take right now, it'll reap rewards in the long run. This is kind of a feel the fear and do it anyway energy for you here, Capricorn. And your last card is the Destiny card, okay? So one of the key phrases for this card is to remember your dreams, which we were already talking about here with the Moon card, okay? Card of remember your dreams, because sometimes your dreams will guide you to your deepest fears or desires. Now, this Destiny card mainly talks about finding your true purpose, okay? It shows up when the Aquarian is in doubt, feeling like it might be too late to change their lives. So Capricorn, the cards want you to know that you're never too young or too old to seek your divine purpose. It can be hidden in tiny things. Very often it's just hobbies, nothing you'd consider as a potential career path, okay? And you know what? It doesn't always have to be. You don't always have to make it a career, but just make sure that you make your hobbies an important part of your life, because that's what brings you true joy. So whether it's healing others, or maybe fixing broken things, or maybe painting, writing, whatever's yours, whatever is your thing. This card also likes to show up when there's some generational trauma acting as a blockage. So whether it's abuse, depression, anxiety, maybe addiction, this card indicates that you should take a closer look at that. It tells you that if that is a factor in your life, things being passed on from the previous generations, you are the one, you're the generation that's here on this earth to break that family cycle. It's your destiny, and it ends with you. And also, sometimes I know how families are. They tend to tell you what it is that you should be doing in life, okay? In terms of a career. And this guy shows up to tell you it's all up to you. It's time to stop that cycle. It's time to stop listening to what others have to say and just follow your own path and do whatever it is that you want to do, Capricorn, okay? So I hope this resonated. Quite a massive month for you here. I feel like there's a huge decision for you coming up. If it resonated, I would appreciate a thumbs up. But remember, you can always watch your moon and rising signs for more messages, or if this didn't really resonate that much, you can watch your other signs. I find that especially my rising sign tends to resonate quite a bit more than my sun sign, weirdly enough. But anyway, Capricorn, I wish you all the best in the month of January, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.